This is the scene in Main Street, Enfield, this morning, 24th of, there's one bloody car coming, 24th of January, and all of the power in the area is gone. And I'm after going through an awful journey, no doubt about that, and I'm after getting through an awful trek to get here. I was hoping that the power would be on in the office. If it was, I could work away. I have a few meetings this morning and I could do them by Zoom. They're actually Zoom meetings, but I can't, so I'll have to just go home now again and negotiate all of the trees that are down on the way home, including at my valley and up my own road, Broadford and all over the place. It is dangerous, there's no doubt about that. We've no power at home, but I was just hoping to be able to do a bit of work in the office if power was on in Enfield, and the Enfield is on a different line to us, so that's what I was hoping for. 3 Zoom meetings today. Obviously I'm not going to be able to do them, and I won't even be able to communicate with those people, so unfortunately that's the situation. Nothing I can do about it. Going to head home now and negotiate. This is Moy Valley Bridge up here now. Moy Valley is between Clonard, say Kinnegad and Enfield, and Fury's pub is up here. But you'll see there's a huge number of trees down right across the road up here, and it is very, very dangerous, and it's virtually impassable, as you can see. So there's one there. There's Fury's pub down there. Anybody who knows Moy Valley Bridge, here's Moy Valley Bridge here actually. There's the sign. Fury's pub is just down there. And up here then, you see the tree, that tree down, but it's not just one tree that's down. There's a buttload of trees down, all up along there. And it's very, very difficult to actually get through. More trees down here now on the left hand side. It's unbelievable. This is the main bloody road between Kinnegad and Enfield. Jesus Christ. Look at the gap up here now. I have to go through. It's shocking. Unbelievable. This is the main road between Kinnegad and Enfield. This is my route home now, and up here you can see this tree that's down, big branch. We're getting past that. Oh, getting past that branch. Although I suppose, well, you might be able to get past it, but I know for a fact that there's another tree down further up there, unfortunately, because I was coming that way this morning trying to get in to Enfield. So this is Gorry Broadford. I have to go now another route to try and get home. It's a fucking dangerous spot now, in all fairness, because I know those trees on the right hand side there are pretty mature, and they might just have had enough of living and fall over. Anyway, I have a route now, a very, very bad side road route to get home, but thankfully, hopefully it'll get me home. There's trees down everywhere. It's incredible. I've never seen anything like it.
The vibration and so on. I mean, I suppose most farmers as well are braced for when they're going to their yards this morning. It was, sheds down and so on.
I can't actually get home now. I'm actually stuck here in Broadford in the bloody in the church car park. So I'm going to leave my car here. I'm going to walk home. It's just too dangerous trying to drive it home. It's a very, very narrow road there, and I actually got a little bit disoriented and lost, and I was heading down a sort of what seemed like a mucky bloody field rather than a roadway. So I'm going to park the car here. It's the safest thing to do, and I'm going to walk home. Started walking there, and it's so dark. There's no lights here at all, no street lights. There's no street lights at the best of time on the way home, but it's so dark this morning and so devoid of power or light that it would actually be dangerous now to be walking home. So I'm sitting in the car park between the church and the graveyard in Broadford, and it is an eerie, spectral sort of a feeling, quite frankly. It is, let me see, it's 7:10, 10 past 7, and I'm after making the trek to Enfield, hoping that there would be power there. There isn't, and I had great difficulty getting to Enfield because there was trees down on two of the roads that I tried to get travelling on, and the third road then I eventually got going that way and had to pull a few trees out of the way. But unfortunately, when I got to Enfield, there's no power, as you saw at the beginning of this video. So I'm stuck now between a rock and a hard place, because when I went back the road that I travelled, I kind of got disoriented because there's no lights whatsoever, and I was travelling down a muddy track in the middle of a freaking field. So rather than get the car stuck, which would be very embarrassing, I just reversed back, got up onto the road here now, and I'm outside the church and the graveyard here in Broadford. It's 10 past 7 on Saturday or Friday morning, and it's a freaking disaster, this. But obviously no damage has been done, touch wood, in our house yet. There is one big tree at the very, very front of our place, and I'd be very concerned about that. It's there decades, and maybe even longer than decades, but it's a massive tree, and if it happened to fall the wrong way, it would do enormous damage to our house. So that's what I'm really concerned about. Other than that, we can suffer the indignity and the difficulty and discomfort, I suppose, of having no power and no water, no toilets for a while. And I know DSB are very good at restoring, are generally very good at touch wood. Hopefully I'm not jinxing them, but generally are very good at restoring power fairly quickly. So that is the story. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might try to go down here, have a look at this tree again and see if there's any way that I could drag it out the bloody way and get driving home. But the problem with driving home is I know after the tree that's down here, that's on the road, I know if I got that out of the way that there's another tree after that, because that's the one that blocked me this morning when I was trying to get to Enfield to work. So that is the situation. I was hoping to get home this way, this side road. I was hoping to get home this way, this side road, and unfortunately it's manifestly obvious that I'm not going to be getting home this way. So I'm going to have to go back, just turn straight back round and back up to the graveyard and the church in Broadford. There's no way home this way, and the other narrow route up through Galleys is so badly lit that it's actually dangerous. So I'm going to have to head back. Park the car there. Park my car there now in the church car park, in the church and graveyard car park, and I'm walking home now. So it's impossible to get my car home, to actually drive home. So I'm walking home. It's 7:30 or thereabouts. It wouldn't be quite as bad now if it wasn't so freaking dark. You could see what I'm doing. You can't see anything, see absolutely nothing, and there are a few trees there along this road that would be dangerous. I would be prone to falling. There's one here now after coming down. one tree that's down, but there's more of them. There's more trees down up here. Yeah, there's more trees down up here. These are the trees that prevented me from. You see them there? You might see them on the right hand side. This is dangerous, very dangerous. You can hear the wind blowing and you can see those trees, or just about see those trees, but the bottom things are always falling over. They're always being blown down. And the wind and the rain now is beginning to cut the eyes. The sooner I get home now, the better. Some of those trees are going to come down. The tree that I was talking about, I'm afraid of, is this one. If that tree was to fall down, it would be serious trouble for us, because it would probably fall across those wires there. So that's the biggest fear I would have about wind damage. There's the tree there now. If that goes down, it's capable of doing a lot of damage. Thankfully, it hasn't really shown any signs of movement or whatever, but you never know, especially if the tree is somehow compromised with a lot of ivy or something at the bottom of it. Although last year we got a chap to cut the ivy on it. Apparently if ivy climbs up a tree, it can... Jesus Christ, this is rough. If ivy climbs up a tree, it can choke it and basically kill it. And if that's the case, the tree becomes weaker and can fall. That's what you're concerned about with the likes of that tree there. There's some other old trees here. I don't think these are quite as old as the one down outside our place. But the one down outside our place has the capacity to do serious damage. This is my route to work. This is the way I was going this morning. And when I went down here to the road and headed towards Enfield, the road was blocked. And I went back then and the road was blocked as well. So could be worse, I suppose, day off. But when you're living in rural Ireland and you've no water, you've no sewerage, you've no power, then it can be a long day. So that's the route then down to Broadford and on to Enfield. And you can see down there in the distance, there's a couple of trees down. Just about. And then I turned back and I went this way. I turned back when I faced those trees this morning and I was heading up towards Cadamstown. This is an alternative route. And this then has an even worse obstacle down here, because there's a tree down here just right across the road and there's no way of getting around it, unfortunately. So that's it, no end in sight just yet. Hopefully the worst of it is past, but you never know. But our biggest fear, I think, would be that big old tree. I think it's an ash tree at the front of the house. And thankfully it's still there, and it's robust enough, I think. And still there's a sign of spring on the way. Notwithstanding, there's the daffodils there coming up now. Sign of spring, no matter how bad things are. There's always a silver lining. There's always another day and another season. And spring is a good old time to give a bit of encouragement to a man or woman. Down here now, there's always a lot of daffodils on the left-hand side. This is dangerous down here though. These fucking trees are galleys. God forgive me. But they're always blowing down. There's the road up to Broadford there now. All those tall willowy trees on the left hand side are forever blowing down. It's really dangerous. That's where I was walking this morning now in the dark. It wasn't a great idea. My car is up there, the far side of those two trees, so I'll have to wait until later on, but let's face it, I'm not going to be going anywhere too soon in my car, so I'll go up later and get it. I might scout around later as well on my Vespa if the wind calms down, just to have a look at the damage that was done in various places. But for now, I'm happy enough, I think. Hopefully I'm not speaking too soon about damage around our place. It doesn't seem to be too bad.